For interview dress, there are 3 major ways in which you can dress to best portray yourself to fit the mold of the position that you are being interviewed for, and I will touch upon those right now. According to Indeed, before the interview even starts, make sure to have an idea of the typical workplace environment that you're going to be interviewing for, so then you can implement that workplace environment into the way that you dress. Firstly, there's a casual workplace environment, and an example of this would be Target. When you walk in, you see that the employees have more personal freedom with the way in which they dress. So when you see one employee as opposed to another, one employee, just as long as they're wearing the Target required brand color red, they can wear really anything they'd like. They can wear a red sweater, a red t-shirt, a red graphic tee, just as long as they look somewhat casual professional, and they have the same personal freedom with their choice of bottoms. And then on the other hand, in a more business casual environment, you'd want to dress somewhat more professionally than you would in a casual workplace, because typically these types of workplace environments work with client-facing roles. And an example of what you could wear to this workplace environment, or even in the interview, would be khakis and a blouse, khakis and a pullover, chinos and a sweater, if it's a little chillier out, anything along the lines of that. And then in a more business formal workplace, dressing very, very professionally, wanting to dress more formally. So probably what you would think of when you think of dressing more formally. So a suit and tie, pantsuit, dresses, skirt and a fancy blouse, anything along the lines of that. Very formal. And then here are a few interviewing tips and tricks. So when arriving for your interview, plan to arrive early. And this does not need to be an excessive amount of time early. Even a few minutes could work to your benefit. So this not only shows that you're taking into account your interviewer's time, but that you're also being respectful enough to show up on time. And secondly, being prepared to summarize the experience that you've accumulated in about 30 seconds and describe how that will best benefit you to the position that you are applying for. Thirdly, listening carefully to each question that is asked so that you can best answer the questions. Coming prepared with questions of your own to ask. And then making sure to make good eye contact. Here are a few mistakes that can make or break an interview. Going in without any research. This looks very unprofessional because it doesn't seem to the interviewer that you're really coming prepared. It looks like you may not care as much as opposed to someone else who just came in with that required research done so that they were better able to answer the questions and hold conversation. And showing up late, that's another mistake that can really break an interview, because this to the interviewer could look like you're not taking into account their time and that you're not respectful. And then another example of something that could ruin an interview would be holding your phone or holding on to something else that could form distractions for you, just not giving your full attention to the interview itself. Poor body language when you're just lacking eye contact, when you're sitting somewhat unprofessionally, when you're not sitting up straight, when you're slouching, just anything along the lines of that. And then unclear answers or rambling. This could seem to the interviewer like you're trying to get around the question, like you weren't fully prepared for what they're asking, and like you're just trying to buy time. And then having no questions to ask. This is also a way of being unprepared. And then repeating the same information. That is another mistake that can break an interview. How to make weaknesses work in your favor during the interview process. So discuss ways in which you turned a weakness into a strength. Not only will this work in your benefit to your interviewer, this will just show that you are willing to put in the time and effort to work on your imperfections so that they can best benefit you and those around you. Describe how you identify areas of improvement, as well as how you went about making those improvements. Nurturing a mindset generated towards growth for yourself, because this would not only help yourself, this could help potential employers, and learning to celebrate your own strengths. To recap, here are a few key reminders. Always arrive early for your interviews. Not only will this look more professional, it'll, just turn more in your favor. Remembering to be yourself, but the best version of yourself. Whenever possible, be direct in your responses. Utilize instances to demonstrate how your expertise and talents would match the position at hand. Concentrate on your accomplishments that are pertinent to the role. So, in a way, this is just kind of reiterating, summarizing your past experience and how you feel as though you would best be an asset to the role that you're applying for. In conclusion, since the beginning of the semester, engaging in professional communication and interviewing, our group has improved its understanding of the interview process, including the pre- and post-interview phases. Having said that, we all believe that we are now leaving this semester more equipped for our next interview. Thank you.